Well, thank you everybody for joining. Welcome. My name is BeckyRaney, and my husband, his name is Larry, and we have been married for 36 years, and we have been joining and working with doTERRA since 2013, and this has been an amazing experience. We have had so many breakthroughs and so many amazing things happen with our friends and family, and we had a print shop. Back in 1992, we started a print shop where we can go through and uh, design logos, make brochures, do all these things for people's businesses. And I absolutely loved it. It was a joy of my life, but the stress, the employee stress, the drama, and the equipment breaking down all the time, and the cost and the expenses and the deadlines, the stress was really eating at my body. And eventually, I probably had food allergies my whole life, but I just did not know it. And going to doctors and doctors and doctors and trying to figure out why I couldn't sleep at night, why my stomach was so bloated and crampy. And the doctors told me that there was nothing wrong with me and that I was making it up and that I needed to go see a psychiatrist. I was really, truly emotionally a wreck because of that, right? So maybe I did need to go see a psychiatrist, but at the same time, a girlfriend introduced me to these beautiful essential oils. And I was talking to someone here on the call earlier before everybody joined regarding how incredible these oils were. And I looked at her and I said, no doctor was able to help me. Why would these stupid little bottle of essential oils help me? I don't know why she's still my friend. I was so mean to her. But she actually said, nothing else is working you. Try this. She was kind of mad, which rightfully so. And I did try it. And here I am today. We sold our print shop in January of 2020 because we saw the power of these oils. We saw the difference that they make in people's lives. And there's nothing more better, if that's good English, to be able to help make a difference and empower people in their life. So here we are today, and I just want to welcome you all for joining us. I just wanted to share with you how severe my food allergies were. I mean, I was completely allergic to everything there. I mean, this is only one little page. There was like 8 pages. And I had major food allergies with dairy. I'm allergic to rice, corn, soy, red meat. I mean, there's so many things that I couldn't eat. It was just really incredible. And um, what happens when you're eating foods inside your stomach, um, and your body is being resistant or having a inflammation to it? The intestinal villi inside the gut is little fingers like this, and they wiggle inside the gut lining. And when they do that, the food comes down and it breaks up the food and it absorbs that into your bloodstream. That's how you're getting the nutrients into your body. But when you're in eating something, when you're stressed, or the foods like our body doesn't like, such as deep fried foods and seed oils, or all the food dyes and the preservatives and all the chemicals that are in the foods that we buy today, um, also the GMO foods, the genetically modified organism foods such as corn and soy, are highly GMO foods that our body doesn't recognize. And it truly creates this resistance or this inflammation in our stomach. Many different names of that could be like the celiac disease, Crohn's disease, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, even diabetes, thyroid issues. That all really starts in the gut. And what happens is when you have a normal, this is a screenshot, when you have normal villi, it looks like this. But when it's disease ridden, it starts to get so inflamed that it can't break that food down and it rots away at the stomach lining, creating leaky gut and so on. And this inflammation, you're not able to digest the food. You're not getting the nutrients to the organs in your body. And that creates a lot of issues going on in our system, right? When our food's not getting passed on and our nutrients aren't getting passed on to our brain, we have brain fog or we have low energy, not able to focus. How much ADHD, focus issues we have in our children. And there's so much going on. And the problem with these kinds of diseases, it's silent until it's not. And what I mean by that is that I thought my stomach was okay. And I talk to many people and they say, no, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden they show up with thyroid issues. Where did that come from? Like, why do we get cancer? Why do we get all of these not being able to sleep at night or depression? Where does that all come from? And that all comes from the base root of our gut. There is a really good book you want to read called The Mind Gut Connection. And this book is super powerful regarding our emotions and how we have bipolar or depression. ADHD is also a key root because our gut is not functioning properly. We are 50% human and 50% microorganisms. And it's really incredible when we think about these organisms in our body, which is bacteria in our body, that they're in control. And so we are so thankful that we have the oils because now more than ever is the time to take control of your health. Now more than ever. And when we think about our whole lifestyle, everything that we need. And doTERRA has this beautiful lifestyle chart that illustrates all of the wellness that we are focusing on. We like to focus on nutrition and digestion, which is the foundation of our chart. We like to talk about our exercise and movement and our energy levels. We like to talk about our rest and our stress. Like, are sleeping well? How's our sleep at night? And when we go through and we look at this chart, I want you to think for a minute, rate yourself between 1 and 10. Um, right here in these little boxes, just kind of rate yourself. 1 being horrible, 10 being amazing. Like, where are you on your nutrition and your digestion? And a lot of times we just kind of keep moving through life thinking we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Or, yeah, my stomach's not quite, I ate too much last night, I'm a little bloated or something. You should be having a bowel movement twice a day. I've talked to so many people who maybe have a bowel movement once a week. I'm telling you, that is not healthy. That's so much toxin sitting inside your stomach. So when we think about nutrition and digestion, where do you rate yourself? Do you give yourself a 5? And what about movement? Do you exercise every day? Do you go out for long walks? Do you do yoga? Um, what about managing stress? How is your sleep? What about like taking care of yourself? How are the toxins in your home? Do you have lots of toxins? What kind of products do you have in your home? We'd like to really talk about replacing a lot of the chemical burden products, such as the shampoos, the laundry soap, the dish soap, all that kind of stuff, and replacing them with natural solutions. And that is what's so incredible about these essential oils is you can use them for so many things. They're antiviral, antibacterial, they're good for cleaning, they're good for so many things. So that's what we're here today is to learn about self-care and informing ourselves about what we're up to with these essential oils. Every time I attend a class, even though I've been a member for 13 years, I learn something about these oils. We can be so creative with what goes on with these oils. Now, I do want to tell you that being proactive with our self-care instead of reactive is really the foundation as well as our health. So many people, we have a beautiful oil called On Guard, and I'll go over that in a little bit here. But this oil is designed to use it every day to be proactive with our immune system. A lot of people just reach for it when they get a cold and they think, oh, I got a cold, I better get my On Guard. Well, sometimes that's too late. The cold has already moved in, right? And so we want to be proactive to help shield our body and give it the strength to be able to fight off these different things that can happen in our body, right? Okay, so what is an essential oil? Essential oils are natural aromatic compounds found in plants, from roots, barks of the trees, flowers, leaves, fruit. Oh my gosh, it's from many different parts of the plant. We can steam distill or cold pressed extract the oil. And here's an example of a peppermint leaf. I love peppermint. I can grow peppermint and spearmint out in my yard, and I do have it. If you pick up a peppermint leaf and you rub it between your fingers, you're bursting open the oil sacs, which are hidden underneath the leaf. And here is a microscopic look at the leaf. And this is an oil sac that's below the leaf. And you can feel the little thistly hairs, which are there to protect the oil sac. Now, isn't that cool? And so we go through and we steam distill the peppermint, and then we end up bottling that essential oil, which separates from the plant into a bottle, and we get to enjoy that. These oil sacs are designed to protect the plant. And so we get to take these properties and help our bodies benefit from the oil as well. So you have choices. You have the modern approach or you have the natural approach. In choices in our life, the modern approach, man produces it, right? And it addresses just the symptom, and the needs still remain. Because when we're just looking at the symptom, we're not focused on why we have it in the first place, which we like to call the root cause. The natural approach, nature produces, just like I described that peppermint plant, it actually works on the root cause, minimizing the symptom in the first place. And so when we think about the modern approach, it's made from isolated synthetics. It's actually maybe harmful for our body because there's many side effects that are known. We know some side effects, and there's many unknown. And I would really like to, when you can't really know for sure, like so many people ask, why do they have cancer? Why did we have this? And you think about it, if you know of anybody with some health concerns, why do you think they got it? Where do you think it came from? We have no idea, right? There's so many harmful chemicals in our environment that could be causing that. There's so many stresses that we have. There's so many foods that we have that could be causing that. And I would like to think about, because it's just going after their symptom, they're designing these medications for us to be using them over and over and over again. And it's $8.3 trillion spent on global health care. I think this number should be 830 trillion. I don't think you can keep track of really how much money is spent on the global health care. And I think about United States, it's actually such a crime when we think about how many people have been are taking medicines, and we're the sickest country in the world. We're like number 38. And so that should be a wake-up call, wondering what's going on with our medical system, and that we need to take control now more than ever, like I said before, of our health. Now, again, doctors are important. We don't want to get rid of our doctors, but we want to be proactive in our health. And taking on and taking control of these essential oils, or taking control of our body, these essentials can help us enhance our physical and emotional health. And they're safe without any side effects. So that's pretty cool, right? How do they work? Well, essential oils are so pure. Our oils are so pure, they can actually penetrate the cell membrane, and they can go inside the cell and go after the virus. Also inside the cell is the DNA structure. So there's so many things that the oils can do where other medications cannot. Medications cannot penetrate the cell wall. Essential oils contain hundreds of different compounds, providing complex and versatile abilities to combat those threats without building up a resistance, right? So I hear people going on thyroid medications where they need to keep upping that medication. And consider that working on your gut for many of these issues that we have when we deal with can actually help support our body. So what's incredible about essential oils, like here's an example of peppermint. They're supercharged. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So one drop of peppermint oil equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. Now, I don't know how many rupees is that when we say 8 cents in the United States. So maybe it's like 6, 7 cents Indian rupees. That's nothing. 28 cups of peppermint tea. So one drop is a dose. These are really potent. And so more is not better because your body is only going to use one drop at a time. If you put 5 drops on you, your body is only going to use the one drop. So I like to talk about the certified pure tested grade. And when we think about the purity of our oils, doTERRA has gone through and coined the phrase CPTG. CPTG. That means certified pure tested grade. We go through and test our oils over 60 to 120 different kinds of tests to ensure purity. And it depends on what oil it is and the hidden different kinds of things that can be happening with different oils. But they're 100% natural. There's no artificial ingredients, fragrance, or fillers. Our oils are safe because of that. They're free of pesticides and other chemical and residues. And like I said before, they're super potent. So they have standardized active compounds because there's no harmful fillers and contaminants in them. They're going to be very effective on our body. These harmful fillers and contaminants with other essential oil companies actually render them useless and harmful to our body. So we are so confident that our oils are pure that there's a website that you can go to called sourcetoyou.com. And on the bottom of each oil, there's a code. And this code you can type in on this website. You can type in this code, and it will give you the testing done on that batch of oils. It's incredible. And we want to be transparent. We want to give you all the information and data that you can use and count on to trust our product, to trust what we're selling. Now, that is the number one reason why you want to buy these oils directly from the company. And I'll explain that here in a minute. You could probably find these oils on Amazon, but doTERRA cannot guarantee that product. It is illegal to actually sell it on Amazon. You want to actually buy it on your own account so that you can have the guarantee and the quality there that you know that you're paying for. We actually have gotten rid of the brokers in the middle. We go directly to the farmer. Other essential oil companies actually buy from brokers and perfumists. In the essential oil business, people would buy from brokers and perfumists, but doTERRA actually has gone through, got rid of those guys, and we actually directly work with the farmer and the distilleries. We tell the farmers and teach the farmers when to harvest them, how to take care of the land. And many of these farmers are small families where they own a little bit of property where they can maybe grow some peppermint. And then we have a distillery close by where they can haul the plants over to the distillery. This is called co-impact sourcing. So we're really doing a good job supporting communities, supporting families, paying them twice as much as other essential oil companies would. We've just got rid of all the problems, right? We're working directly with the source. And doTERRA we'll ship the oils to the doTERRA office in Utah. We'll do all this testing to make sure that they're pure, and then we'll go through and bottle it up so you get it. So we are very delighted to say that we have many essential oils that actually come from India, but our essential oils come from all over the world, meaning we source where we can find the best environment. Usually it's like an environment where the plant really needs to work hard to survive and they have more healing constituents. So like, for example, in India, you have a beautiful spice called cardamom. This cardamon's amazing. It's really good for gut health, really good for emotional support and whatnot. But we don't source cardamom from India. We source it from Madagascar, or excuse me, we source it from Guatemala, Mexico area down here. It is the same spice, but it also has more healing constituents for brain support and cognitive support. So we're going all over the world looking for the best oils and the best locations to be able to give you the best benefit for your body. And here's kind of fun. Here's India. In India, we source bergamot mint, davana, Japanese mint, lemongrass, peppermint, spearmint, tulsi, turmeric, and I think even celery seed. There's other ones there that are not on that list. This is not a complete list by all means. So it's really super fun. Here's like a little map, and this is a picture of our, I think this is our lemongrass. Yep, lemongrass harvesters, and they're in Odisha. Okay, so just to say a little bit more about what's so crazy and amazing about doTERRA is the co-impact sourcing. We're working and supporting with communities, and you as a wellness advocate can actually take on a program called Healing Hands. And this program is the foundation of our business where we're helping with poverty solutions. We're helping with a lot of communities with water wells. And I know where we source our turmeric in the Mumbai area, outside of the Mumbai area, we actually have a hospital that we've built. We have food bank. We have where we feed a lot of the poor. It's really powerful. So when you're buying these essential oils, you're supporting all of these causes. And so you're not just buying an oil for you, you're buying an oil for communities. So there are many ways to incorporate these oils into your lifestyle. We have the health, like we described earlier. We have like you can clean, cook with them. I mean, it's incredible all the different things. Now, when you're talking about the essential oils out there in the market, you can go online and Google, uh, can I take essential oils internally? You're going to find a lot of misguided information because they don't have the certified pure tested grade oils. A lot of different essential oil companies, you cannot take peppermint internally. Now, why is that? Because peppermint we can eat and we can drink the tea, right? We can with doTERRA essential oils. So this is something very important to know that you have to look at the information that doTERRA is providing regarding their oils and not the general Google world. So there are three ways you can use the essential oils. You can use them aromatically, you can use them topically, and you can use them internally. Yay! So great. So I don't know if you can see behind me here. I have a diffuser running, so we can take them aromatically. I like to take my peppermint essential oil that I have here, and you can take a drop. And if anybody has any oils around them like peppermint, let's take a minute and take a drop of the oil in my hand, and then I'm going to rub it like this, and then I'm going to breathe it in. And oh my gosh, it just smells amazing. It just really wakes up the brain. It helps uplift you. There's so many great things that the peppermint oil can do. And that is one easy way to take that oil. You can also topically put it on. So with the leftover oil I have in my hand, I'm going to rub it on the back of my neck, on my neck here, and this will lower my body temperature down about 2 degrees. Now I know it gets really hot in India, so this is a really nice way to use the peppermint oil. You can also rub it on the bottom of your feet, where we're told that that's the biggest area, biggest pores on our body. And if you put it on the bottom of your feet, there's really quick absorption. So if I put peppermint on the bottom of my feet, it will actually absorb, and I could taste it in my mouth about 2 minutes later. And sometimes it's up to 30 seconds, 2 minutes or so. It's incredible to think about that that oil can go all the way through your body, service every cell in your body, and make a huge impact, right? Just one drop. And again, you can take it internally. I love to drink my oils like in a metal bottle, metal container like this, or a glass bottle. You never want to put it in a plastic. I see lots of plastic in India, and plastic is just made from petroleum. We're trying to detox your body, not add more toxins to our body, right? Okay, so here are the 10 most popular essential oils. And I like to talk about these oils because they're in the first welcome kit. You can purchase a kit like this and have all this medicine cabinet oils that you can use to service all the different things, pretty much most everything you would like. We have germ boost busters oils, these 4 oils here. We have oregano, And this oil is a really beautiful oil for help building up the immune system. And it's also good oil you can use to cook with. It's a very hot, spicy oil. You actually take a toothpick and dip it in the oil bottle, and then you can use that to stir in your sauces. And believe me, it's a lot. It's very hot, spicy oil. We also have tea tree oil, and tea tree oil is really good for skin issues. It's really good not only for germ busting and immune support, but it's really good for nail care, all that kind of stuff, acne, things. On Guard is an oil I mentioned earlier, and this is the blend. See, I first mentioned oregano, tea tree. These are single oils from one plant. But doTERRA has popular blends where we mix many single oils together and come up with a nice potion, if you will, to be able to help support our bodies. On Guard is my absolute favorite oil. I love to put it in a spray bottle, and in the spray bottle, I just add maybe 10 drops and I add water as the rest. And then you can go around and disinfect your home, clean, smell. I love putting it in my diffuser. Its properties are antiviral and antibacterial. This oil was super popular during the pandemic, and I really feel that we should be taking this oil every day. I love to put a drop of it in my coffee or my tea when I'm drinking that. It just has a nice cinnamon flavor and clove. Very nice oil. Now, I don't know if many of you heard of the frankincense essential oil, but in the Christian community, frankincense was gifted to the Christ child when he was born, and frankincense is like the king of oils. So frankincense is an oil where if you don't know what to use, you reach for frankincense. Frankincense is a beautiful oil, and it's good to diffuse, it's good to put on skin. It's good for emotional support. I mean, the list goes on and on and on with this oil and how you can use it. Now, lemon essential oil is really good to be helping for detoxing the body. I love to put lemon in my container here every morning, and it's so refreshing. You can also put lemon in a bottle and use it for disinfecting, but this oil is uplifting and it's really helpful for the emotional support. Also, we have lavender, and lavender, many of you have heard of lavender. It's commonly one of those most adulterated oils because it's used in a lot of soaps and lotions and bath bombs and stuff. Lavender is actually, doTERRA's lavender is actually a pharmaceutical grade because it's so consistent and so effective and so powerful. This is something to really keep in mind that some of our oils have really reached the rating of pharmaceutical. This is opening up a whole new world. Okay, so then we also have peppermint, which I talked about earlier, and peppermint is really good for energizing, focus. This is a really good one to be diffusing when your kids are studying for those tests and getting their homework done. And when you use lavender, lemon, and peppermint together, that is really good for seasonal threats. Lavender acts somewhat as an antihistamine, and together, all these three oils, when you're using it over a long period of time, it's going to help with the seasons and the stuffy noses and stuff like that. Okay, Breathe is another blend. Breathe is a blend called respiratory blend, and this is really good for um, helping you open up those airways and having. I know in India, gosh, especially in Delhi, was probably the most had the most pollution in the sky, and it was horrible. My eyes were burning and all that. So when I go to Delhi, I always like to have Breathe with me, but it'll help open up your airways, just like peppermint, but this has eucalyptus in it, and this is really a beautiful oil. I love it that it also helps with snoring. Kind of a fun one to talk about. Digestion, this oil here is the very reason why I started doTERRA. This is a blend of caraway, fennel, peppermint, ginger, just a beautiful blend of oils that help with supporting the gut and really good for nausea, all things digestive. Um, so really powerful one to have when I go to India as well because of all the foods my body is not used to, it's a good one to have. Now, muscle joints, massage, if you ever are dealing with sore and arthritis and things like that, you want to reach for Deep Blue. This is a powerful oil. It comes in different forms. It also comes in a cream and a hard stick, so you can use it to put on in different applications. This oil smells amazing. I actually use this oil to rub on my back of my neck when I'm trying to sleep. This one really helps wonders when you're trying to get to sleep. Okay, so over 200 uses with this power pack of lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Now you might want to take a screenshot of this one. This is a really great way to uh, use these oils, a good starter kit for those who want to just try, tip their toes into the oil world. This is a starter kit you can also get. And digestin, again, this one here is an oil that I started out with. And this is a beautiful oil. I absolutely love it. And you can take this one aromatically, topically, and internally. And super supportive for that bloating and gas. It's a beautiful companion for traveling. And it's good for all ages. Now, something I haven't talked about is children can use these oils too, adults to elders. So this is an oil that you must have. Keep it in your purse. doTERRA On Guard again is another oil that is just a must have. I love, love, love this oil. Okay. So Deep Blue, again, I was talking about Deep Blue, and Deep Blue actually, oops, comes in a cream form. And I've seen so many people benefit from this Deep Blue. I had a friend who had MS, and MS was also something that, um, people are in a wheelchair or having struggles with their neuropathy or anything like that. This is the one that you can reach for and give it a try and see how it's going to help support you. A lot of Olympic athletes and sports fanatics use this oil when you go to work out. I always like to put this out on my bottom of my feet when I go for my long walk. I just got back from hiking in the mountains, and going hiking has been really beneficial to use this oil as well. Now, MetaPower stands for Metabolic Personal Wellness Realized. So it's all supporting your metabolic support, like those who are struggling with weight gain or diabetes or things like that. That all has something to do with the root cause of your metabolism. And so when we're going through and looking at how we can work with our bodies, this is going to help with your supporting your body and healthy metabolism. We have this oil in India, and it's a whole system that you can actually go through. We're really looking forward to having some more products being announced hopefully soon, as we're starting to manufacture a lot of these products inside of India. So stay tuned on that. We're going to hopefully be announcing some of those really soon. Oops, keep bouncing back and forth here. Now, when I was in Jaipur, India, about 4 years ago, I went to a hospital and was teaching a lot of the Ayurvedic doctors on how to do the Aromatouch technique. Now, again, earlier when I started with my class, I was talking about a lot of different ways you can use essential oils. This is a massage kind of, but it's not a massage. I don't want to call it a massage, but it's a way to use the oils on the back and on the bottom of the feet to help support the body with stress and with toxic insult and with inflammation. And it really helps bring our bodies back into a homeostasis balance. When we talk about stress, stress is a root cause for many disease. So when we say the word dis-ease or disease, dis-ease is actually, there's a whole program on emotional support and how these oils can support you with that too. And this one technique here is a game changer for so many people. So you can get certified in doing the Aromatouch technique. You can use this and sell this as a way to earn money as well if you're interested in doing that, or if you have somebody in the household that really is struggling with health issues, this is something you can easily do as a technique on them. Now I'm going to give you some of the testimonies that we have in India. And Abito is a wellness advocate who had a mild stroke way back many years ago. I'm going to say 5 or 6 years ago. And they leaned in and trusted me when they found me and started using the deep blue rub. And it truly made a huge impact. Most people don't even know that Abito actually had a stroke. He's walking, whereas before he had really a lot of pain in his leg and stuff. And this is something that he does every day. It's something that he's using to support his body. And wow, that really is a huge, huge deal. Who Kaylee is actually came up with this potion for so many people in India. You guys don't drink enough water. Why is that? So this is water, drinking lots of water with like lemon oil and stuff is also something really important. But doing this recipe and putting it in make a serum out of it, you want to actually probably add some fractionated coconut oil, and then you can rub that on topically in the affected area. Also, Hutali has this winning formula for her thyroid testimony. She used it for about 6 months. Now, this is something that I think you want to use ongoing, not just for 6 months. You want to use it over and over to kind of stay on top of your health support. Now, for me, with my stomach issues, when I started using the digestion, I don't use it as much. But when I do travel and maybe I did eat something that didn't give my stomach a happy result, I will go ahead and use that oil. Um, it's really important. So if you want to take a screenshot of this. Okay, now here again, in the very beginning, I talked about living a wellness lifestyle, and many of you may have put a number on the box where going through and rating yourself on how your nutrition and digestion is, how is your movement and metabolism, how is your rest and managing stress. Now, with all the things that we talked about today, if you were to, let's say you put a 5 in here, and if I were to tell you, what would it be like if you were to jump up to a 6 or jump up to a 7? If you were to slowly work on your health over a long period of time, and a lot of people have 2 months or 1 month success. I was talking to a gal earlier on this call where she said that she just right away could tell that she was having a beautiful result. And yes, everybody's bodies are different, but what it would be like if you were able to up level your health and take control of it. It'd be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? And so, what are your health priorities? If we were to take a look and take a minute and write down some of the health priorities that maybe you and someone else in your family are wanting to work on, I would like to ask you, what natural solutions do you have in your medicine cabinet now that can actually help you with that? Many people don't have any natural health solutions. And so, what would you like to use? Maybe you don't know what that would be. So, I ask you to reach up to the person who invited you on this call today, and they can help you assess what your health concerns are, what you would like to do to be able to help remedy those. We have also one of the questions that I really want to ask you is, many people don't consider how long they've had these health issues and how much it's really cost them over time. Cost them with maybe perhaps using certain medicines that they can't get off of, right? Because if they do, then their health issues come back. Or maybe they've lost work, time from work, or they're losing their vitality, their functionality. They can't exercise or work out. What is that costing you? And if you really sit back and think about what that could be costing you, that's incredible to think about, right? And we have this wonderful app. There's several apps, and I know we have books for sale in India that are resources that you can go through and look at and study to see which oils are going to help you best for your health concern. Now let's talk about prices. Here are some prices of different ways you can get started. A lot of people like to customize their own kit that's specific to their health concern. You're welcome to do that. We also have some other kits that you can get, like the lavender, lemon, and peppermint. We have a diffuser with an oil, And we have this athlete's kit that's one of my favorites because it comes with the deep blue. And it also comes with the tea tree, peppermint, lavender, on guard, and breathe. So this is a really nice kit to get started with. Um, if you were to purchase at retail, it'd be 11,300 Indian rupees. But what we're saying is you can get started with a wholesale membership for free and actually start purchasing everything at a wholesale price, which is incredible. Most people start with this kit. This is the kit I started out with. The difference between this kit and this kit, this is a 15 ml bottle. Right here, we're looking at the 15 ml bottle. It has the same 10 essential oils as I shared about earlier. And a 15 ml bottle has 250 drops, and a 5 ml bottle only has 85 drops. So these are 15 ml, and this is a 5 ml. And these are all 5 ml. So if you think about it, this kit is 11,605 Indian rupees, and you're getting everything at 5 ml volume. And if you decided to add a diffuser, which is a diffuser right here, then it's just a little bit more. Now, 5 ml is 85 drops. But if you jumped over and purchased the Home Essentials kit, which I wish I would have done when I got started, I wish I would have done this, because this is 3 times the volume for only just a little bit under half, twice the price. It's not 3 times the price, it's only twice the price. So you're getting so much more volume and bargain by purchasing this kit. Okay, you can also purchase the Aromatouch kit. When I talked a little bit earlier about the Aromatouch technique, this is all in a 15 ml bottle, and this includes the training. It has all online training, shows you the techniques and stuff. It's super easy, you guys, and this is a fun way to also get started. And many people, if you're a doctor or someone who actually really wants to go all in, this is a beautiful kit. This is a huge saving. Look how much money you're saving when you purchase this kit. And this is a really game changer as well to get started with. It is really fun too. It comes with this beautiful wooden box and so on. And I love the toothpaste. If you haven't bought the toothpaste yet, you guys, that's a game changer too. Okay, so doTERRA has this wonderful program called the Loyalty Reward Program. Now, it's not required, but most people, when you start falling in love with the oils, you're going to want to get started with the Loyalty Reward Program. The Loyalty Reward Program is basically doTERRA wants to reward you for being loyal. And every time you place an order, not skipping a month, from month 1, 2, and 3, you're going to get 10% back in product credit points. So not only when you have a membership at wholesale, you're also getting these discounts here. Month 4, 5, and 6, you're going to get 15% back. Month 7, 8, and 9, you get 20% back in product credit points. Month 10, 11, and 12, you get 25% back. And when you've been a member just over a year's time, you're getting 30% back in product credit points. So that's really powerful. It's really exciting to know that 30% back makes a huge difference in the pocketbook. And this is when the oils get really, really, really affordable, and it's super great. The rules for maintaining the loyalty reward program is we talk about all the products have what's called the PV value. So if you bought a lemon oil, and I don't know how much lemon oil is in India, but in the United States it's around $12, $13. And so it would be 13 PV. And in India it's 13 PV or something. And so that is product value, so that across all countries and different currencies, we can talk the same. And if you just ordered one PV, you get to maintain and keep this loyalty reward program open. You don't want to skip a month. Now, if you want to increase the status, then you're going to want to order 50 PV or more. And if you decide you think you'd like to do this as a business, now I want to reiterate, a lot of people don't want to sell oils. They don't want to do this as a business. That's fine. We have 80% of the people who buy doTERRA are our customers, and we love our customers. And so, but 100 PV is where you would like to order to be able to earn commissions. And to participate in the Product of the Month Club, is by ordering by the 15th of the month, between the 1st and the 15th of each month. And if you do 125 PV, you get a free product. And it changes every month, so it's pretty fun. And so this is a wonderful way to get deeper discounts and take advantage of doTERRA. Pretty awesome. So how do you get started? I want you to reach out to the person who invited you today and actually talk to them about becoming either a preferred member, which is a wholesale membership. You get everything 25% below retail. You get to receive deeper discounts if you decide to join the loyalty reward program. Or you can also join as a doTERRA wellness advocate. You get all the benefits of the preferred member, plus you get to maybe earn a little bit of income or a lot of income, depending on which way you'd like to approach that. So again, talk to the person who invited you today and see how you can get started and what kits you would like to join with. And I want to just talk a little bit more about doTERRA. So changing lives, like when we were talking about the source to you and all this stuff, when you're buying an essential oil bottle, you're making an impact around the world. And these are our wonderful people in China actually who source an oil. This oil is a beautiful perfume, and we can go through all over the world and make a huge difference. And I found that very inspiring for myself. So every time you buy a bottle, you are changing someone else's life. And this is in Nepal, I believe, where we source wintergreen in Nepal. Now, whose life do you want to change? You can change my life. Like we have this wonderful live guide on the doTERRA website where you can download for free, and it gives you lots of recipes and different ideas on how to use the oils throughout all phases and all areas of your life, from waking up in the morning to sleeping at night, all throughout the day. You're going to get the best results for you and your family by maximizing your wholesale benefits. You can also decide, now it's not required, but I was never ever going to do network marketing. I was never ever going to because I owned a print shop, right? And but these oils work so powerfully. I started just like, oh my gosh, you gotta try this, you gotta try this. These oils are crazy, they're amazing. And I started sharing, and pretty soon I earned enough money to pay for my oils every month. That is what most people want to do. They don't want to have to buy their oils. They can earn enough income to pay for their oils. And that's super fun. Or you can actually decide to really take on and really build the doTERRA wellness community and have a lot of your friends and family around you, to communities around you, actually making a big impact for their dreams and their livelihood. So, which way do you want to choose doTERRA? Any way is fine. You can start out as a customer and be a wonderful customer, and you will find that probably these oils are just going to be very beneficial and you're going to want to share. So, whose life do you want to change today? Whose life do you want to change today? So, doTERRA improves lives every day all around the world. And when I started doTERRA, I never thought that I would be here today, this morning, teaching a beautiful class on these amazing essential oils to people all over the world, and especially to my wonderful friends in India. So, to get started again, reach out to the person who invited you today and tell them which oils you want to get started with, and we'll get going. I also want to announce that the Evolve convention for doTERRA is November 14th and 15th, coming up really fast. You're going to want to come. This is in Calcutta this year. Emily Wright announced that she's coming. This is phenomenal. Emily Wright was that leader that was hugging the people in Nepal in that picture. She is incredible. I've met her, and we're just so delighted and excited that she's coming. And so get your ticket today. You're going to want to do a screenshot of this so that that way you can actually get your ticket and reach up to your upline and ask them how you can come to the convention. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and I'm going to um, ask anybody if they have any questions. I'm going to turn off the recording so that if you're shy, you don't have to be recorded.